Ransomware, huge data breaches, and crypto mining hacks are just a few of the current cyber threats facing online users this year. And joining us now to discuss these serious threats and what you can do to protect yourself is online security expert David Papp. Good morning, Dave.
Morning, Mike.
How you doing?
Very good.
Thanks for coming in. Before we get into some questions, just give me some stats on how common these scams and threats are to the general population.
Well, last year we had the big Equifax data breach, and that affected 146 million people worldwide, of which there were 19,000 Canadians. The damage estimate from things like ransomware exceeded about $6 billion last year. And they're estimating that the cyber attacks, cyber threats in general, by the year 2021, are going to hit $6 trillion annually worth of damage that they're going to cause. Like these are monumental amounts, huge numbers.
Now, when you talk about damage, what exactly do you mean? I mean, there's damage in that they actually can steal money from you. I mean, there's actually a monetary damage, but the fixing is an issue too, right?
Fixing, securing, dealing with a data breach for identity theft situations. But the big one that we've happened recently is ransomware, right? Ransomware actually causes actual damage. You no longer have access to your data.
So how does that work? What would lead us to believe that we're being attacked by ransomware?
It's very prevalent. It's affecting a lot of companies, a lot of organizations, a lot of individuals. And what happens is one day you go to access a file on your computer and it's no longer accessible. A message springs up on the screen and asks you to send some money, typically using Bitcoins or some other online, cryptocurrency. And there's a time ticking on it. So if you miss that time, your data is gone.
So that really is ransom. I mean,
it really is.
So what can we do to protect ourselves from that?
It's as simple as backup, backup, backup. And we tell people, you've got to make sure that you've got proper backups of all your data. But not just that, your backups have to be off-site somewhere. They have to be on some kind of rotation and automated. And the reason I say that is, let's pretend, Mike, that you got hit by ransomware and you didn't notice it. And then your backups ran that night. Well, now you just backed up a whole bunch of encrypted files. So now your backup that you just ran that night is no good. So that's what I'm trying to say, is really think through your processes.
But from what I'm gathering from this, David, is that you're saying there's no way to protect yourself from the ransomware. It's going to show up. So what you need to do is back up your material, because you may lose your material because the ransomware is going to take it from you.
Yes. Preventative point number one, backup.
But how do you not have the ransomware appear on your computer?
That's the antivirus, anti-malware, anti-spyware software, making sure it's current. Most people, they bought it and they're saying, yeah, I bought it 3 years ago. That's no good. You've got to stay current on that stuff, and you've got to make sure it's constantly going. So, there's no such thing as 100% secure, unfortunately, in this time and age, right?
What about passwords? When are we going to be at the point where we can use something other than passwords? I mean, the problem, no, seriously.
You're right.
Because it gets to the point where people have like 500 passwords because you got to change it all the time, and you can't be anything too obvious. And you get to the point, like I know with my wife and I, do you remember the password for so-and-so? What about the password for that one? And I'm sure that's common.
I actually use a password vault, a password locker system.
How does that work?
LastPass. So what it does is you have a master password for your vault, and what it does is it remembers and tracks all of your passwords for you, for your different sites.
So you only need the one? You only need to remember
one master one, and that one better be good. Yeah.
All right, so is there anything else to stay safe as we wrap things up?
I would just say being click smart. And what I mean by that is, don't open those attachments you get by email. Don't click on that clickbait that you get. That's how people get in trouble.
The problem is they're getting so good, they're getting so realistic looking that so many of us click on them and then afterwards go, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, after the fact.
Yeah.
Generally, I say if something looks really legit and really good, sit on it for a bit. Maybe even ask a friend or something. Don't fall for the sense of urgency. And then it gives you time to think about it. Because there are some tricks and tricks and techniques, I was going to say, in order to figure those out. Or pop it into Google, right? Like just say, does this seem legit?
I find that with phone numbers. When I get a phone number I don't recognize and I don't answer it, I pop it into Google, and you'll see everybody gets that phone
number. That's right, exactly.
All right, thanks, Dave. You can follow David on Twitter. He's just great. He pops him up day and night. It's like he's up 24 hours a day. You can check out his blog, and his Twitter handle is @DavidPapp. Stay with us. We're back after the break.